Hi everyone, it's Saturday, April 12th. We're looking at Chardonnay and I'm going to do a series of videos to look at how far out the various varieties. We'll do Chardonnay, then Riesling, go down and see the Merlot, and then we'll come up and do Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot, and then Cabernet Sauvignon. So you can see they're coming out. There's the flower cluster. Let's see if I can get that honed in a little bit better. See this right here? That's the flower cluster right there. That's going to turn into, that is the flowers as they are developing, and that will then turn into grapes. And here's a nice shoot right here. Sometimes moving out makes it a little bit better. And anyway, so this is the Chardonnay. And you know, so this shoots out maybe 4.5 inches. Right there. 4.5 inches, and when you look down the row, you can see the vineyard is turning green. And there we are. I'll see you next on the Riesling. It's a beautiful day, by the way. Winter is finally over, we hope, and off we go. Bye. So here's part 2 of 6. So this is the Riesling, and you can see that they are not nearly as far along as the Chardonnay. And if you look down the row, you can see that they're really just pushing now. I mean, here's a Riesling. See if I can bring this into focus. Not exactly my specialty here. And part of the problem is that they're just not out far enough. I mean, it's a pretty, you know, the buds are pushing, there's no question of that. But it's going to be a while. So anyway, again, you look down the row and you don't see green like you do in the Chardonnay. Again, it's April 12th, Saturday, about 11:30 in the morning. And cover crop is beautiful, stunning cover crop, just great. And you look across the row, if I go slow enough, and there is the Chardonnay vineyard. And I think hopefully you can see that it is growing greener than this by a long shot. And that, you know, first of all, the first video was the Chardonnay and it was out quite a bit. Here's 2 of 6, and this is the Riesling. Now we're going down to the Merlot. See you there. Bye. We're looking at the Merlot plants. Here we are with bilateral cordon, a little bit of culture. There's the trunk. Here's the arm. This is the 2-bud spur. Here's a one bud spur right there. But fundamentally, these are all pruned to 2-bud spurs. Here's another good example of a 2-bud spur there. But you can see that from the previous videos I've done, the Chardonnay is clearly way out further. The Riesling is just really getting going, and the Merlot here is just a little bit further out than the Riesling. Also, another great looking cover crop, I might add. It's totally cool. But anyway, there we are. Next we're going, see if I can get a better shot of that. Well, doing the best I can. Anyhow, off next to, let's see, so we started out with the Chardonnay, went to the Riesling, we're in the Merlot. So we're going to go take a look at the Cabernet Franc. Okay, here's video 4 of 6. This is the Cabernet Franc. You had the, we started out with the Chardonnay, went to the Riesling, went to the Merlot. Now we're at the Cab Franc, and it's somewhat further, it's closer to the Riesling maybe than anything else, but it's it's not exact. I mean, here it is. It's mid-April. Things are slow. They're little. They're just really pushing a little bit. You know, I'd like to say they're just a little bit behind the Merlot, but it's only a couple days. You know, we get a hot spell, it'll get going. Looking down the row, I have to say I'm very proud of the cover crop. It looks great. Heading up to the, I wish there was more I could say about the Cabernet Franc. It's just a little bit behind. But you'll get an idea going to the Petit Verdot and then to the Cabernet Sauvignon. See you there. Bye. We're in the Petit Verdot, young plants, bilateral cordon. See, there's the arm going to the left. Come back down, there's the V, and there is the cordon going to the right. And we're clearly behind. Well, I don't know. We're pretty much similar to the Cabernet Franc. Everything's just a little bit behind, but they're showing good things. There's a little bit of green there, which is nice, and we got our 2-bud spur there, pushing on the bottom left and the upper right. So that's a real classic look as to how things should be pruned on a cordon vine. So and then, oh, that's not focusing in very well, is it? I was just trying to show off my cover crop again. Okay, Cabernet Sauvignon coming up, and that's the last of the 6 varieties that we have. See you in a moment. Cabernet Sauvignon, the last of the 6 varietals we're looking at, and these clearly are the furthest behind. You can see the buds just swelling. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Yeah, another one right there. And you come down here, there's our 2-bud spur there and there. And then we have another 2-bud spur right there, and then right there. So clearly the Cabernet is furthest behind, and as it should be. We prune it late. We prune the Chardonnay first. It comes out first. We prune the Cabernet last, and it comes out last. Now, if we prune them all at the same time, the Cabernet would still come out last, just not as last as if we had done it. And the Chardonnay, if we pruned it if we could do it all instantly at the same time, the Chardonnay would still come out earlier. That's just the nature of the variety. And when you prune it earlier, that gives it a predisposition to come out, to push a little earlier than the other varietals. And again, with the Cabernet, your predisposition when you prune it late is that it'll push late. Also, that'll push back harvest just a little bit. Anyhow, there you go, Viticulture 101 for you all. Enjoy, and oops, got to show you the cover crop again. I'm just love the cover crop. Okay, enjoy, and hopefully someday I'll see you here at the winery. Bye.